as a state, and they are seeing the LTT as a terrorist organization. They are seeing the state terrorism. In a way, they are accepting it because that is a state. State can do anything. State can kill any amount of people. State can do any amount of genocide. They are accepting it because the president is an elected president. The government is an elected government. So they are prepared to support. Right? But whereas, when we were fighting for our own rights, and the LTT is branded as a terrorist organization. This is the international opinion at the moment. At the same time, definitely, in Sri Lanka, we don't have any oil. We don't have any wealth which the international community expects all the time. Otherwise, they will not go. Well, we are not whites. Because something happened in Kosovo, they will go and they will create a Kosovo. Or even in Georgia, the Russians immediately they went in and they created even a separate state. That can be accepted by the international community. Whereas we are fighting for 30 years or 40 years for our own rights. Nobody wants to see us. Why? Because we don't have the relationship maybe with the international masters. So we don't have the oil. Our color also different. These may be the reasons. Otherwise, why can't see these things in a humanitarian point of view? Why can't they take any action? Making statements not work. Simply making statements, anybody can do it. There's no point to cry with, anybody can cry with us, there's no point. We are always crying for ourselves. We are asking help from you. If you are going to cry with me, what's the point? You are capable enough to influence the Sri Lankan government, stop all these things. You are capable enough to get the rights to these innocent Tamil people, but you are not doing it. You are just watching the situation. You are allowing the government to go ahead with the genocide. You are allowing the government for a total impunity. So how can you say that you are very much concerned about the human rights? You are very much concerned about the norms and values of the humanitarian things. It's so absurd. It's absurd. See, this is where we are.
What would you like the people watching this to do?
They have to tell their government. They have to tell each and every government, look, tell the Sri Lankan government, enough is enough. Give them their rights, which they, that's their inalienable rights, which they are supposed to have. No, they have to ask the government to accept the self-determination of Tamils in Sri Lanka. We are having all the rights to look after ourselves. We belongs to that land like Sinhalese, more than 3,000 years history we are having. Right? We belongs to that soil, we belongs to that land. We are having a great culture. We are having an oldest language. Much more than anybody maybe in the world sometimes. You see? Then why the hell, we have to go out from that area? I'm sorry to use the language. You see, they are having all the rights to live there. They have to go as refugees in the, in Canada, in America, in the snow areas, You see, I belong to the place, a very good place. For God's sake, I born a place where I can live happily. That is my area. You see, I have to, run away from far places. Like, very close to North Pole, South Pole. Do we need that? Why? Because of the Sri Lankan government. No. Why can't the international community stop these things? Allow us to live there happily. Allow us to look after ourselves. This is what we want, nothing else. We don't want to chase away the Sinhalese from that area. No. We know that they also belong to that area. Let them live their area and let us live our own area. This is what The people watching this, they have to request their concerned governments, you see, influence them, allow us to be there happily. That's all. Thank you.